So most of you probably know that conservative media watchdog group Project Veritas got that interview with CNN co-producer John Bonifield, and basically he admitted the fact that CNN is, they talked about Trump pulling out of the Paris Climate Accord for like a day and a half and then went back to Russia, 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 and he basically admits it's good for ratings. And one of the things some people say is, well, Project Veritas is absolutely a Republican, conservative organization, but the fact of the matter is the audio and video doesn't lie. It says these things. So I'll go through some of the excerpts, right? Project Veritas caught Bonifield on the same tape expressing doubts about the Russia and Trump story. Bonifield told PV that CNN had been running with this story to an extraordinary degree in pursuit of liberal eyeballs and the advertising dollars that follow with a growing audience. PV journalist. So you think the Russia thing is a little crazy, right? Bonifield. Even if Russia was trying to swing the election, we try to swing their elections. Our CIA is doing shit all the time, and we're out there trying to manipulate governments. You win because you know the game and you play it right. Hillary, didn't play it right. PV. Then why is CNN like constantly Russia this, Russia that? Bonifield. Because it's ratings. Our ratings are incredible right now. There are a lot of like liberal CNN viewers who want to see Trump get really scrutinized. If we would have behaved that way with President Obama and scrutinized everything he was doing with as much scrutiny as we applied to Donald Trump, I think our viewers would have been turned off. They would have felt like we were attacking him. I'm not saying all our viewers are super liberals, but there's just a lot of them. PV. So Trump's good for business, you're saying. Bonifield. Trump is good for business right now. Just for the record, as of this writing, which came out July 15th, CNN has mentioned Russia on air 16,000 times since Trump's inauguration. So what this shows is a lot of things. First of all, Fox's nonsense is well documented. They're just right-wing propaganda. But and right-wingers will hear this and go, see, the media is liberal. The media is not liberal. It's corporate. And CNN and MSNBC represent the Clinton-Obama aspect of corporate America. And Fox represents the Republican and neo-Nazi shithead part of corporate America. So it's so amazing. It just shows you the rate. I've talked about this numerous times, obviously. This is what the mainstream media did. When they would cut away from Bernie Sanders giving a speech on policy and what he was going to do to change America, not just campaign slogans, but what he was going to do, they cut away from that to an empty podium of Trump getting ready to speak. The fucking media created this, and dumbass neoliberals fall for it. Dumbass neoliberals that think they're so much better than the idiots that watch Fox. We all know, have relatives or friends or someone who watch Fox News and think they're informed, and they're you're completely out of touch. But how are you that much better if you're getting your news from CNN and NBC and thinking you're oh man, boy, there's a real Russia tie? No, there isn't. Where is it? And again, if they did, so Russia manipulated our election. Okay. All the CIA has and is doing is fucking up elections. We've overthrown democratically elected governments because we can't have a democracy in a third world country that has natural resources that we need. We can't have that because they might all get together, reasonable people, and go, oh, we don't need America anymore. We own this oil. We need it to be unstable, right? So this is just, it's funny and ridiculous. And also it's so funny too that he said it. He goes, yeah, it's just, this is how the way the game is played. Hillary just didn't play it right. She's just mad because she got out cheated and out hustled by Trump and the Republicans. She's a hustler and a cheater and she just got out cheated. That's what makes her mad. No one in this deep state pro wrestling match where the outcome is already determined, no one gives a shit about working class people at all. I've said this before, Trump and the Republicans and Hillary and the Democrats, they all hate regular working class people. Hate them. Hate them. The Republicans are just better at concealing it and making it seem like they care. But if you look at their policies, like anybody who voted for Trump who thought he was going to fix the economy, they have to be looking around now going, what's happening, if they're paying attention at all, but maybe they're not. But this is the thing, and this is why we need to try to get any of our neoliberal friends to wake up. I'll read some other excerpts because there's some relevant stuff here about keeping the Cold War going, why this is important. Now, this is good for business, it's good for the military, it's good for the deep state. But here's a quote from the Truthdig article. Without knowing what's going on in the minds of the top media managers, I suspect that media and allied Democratic Party elites that loathe Trump for various reasons, some noble and some not, have calculated, among other things, that the Russia story is the best way to kill or cripple him politically. It carries the whiff of treason, after all. That's the most charitable explanation of their rabid Russia madness. And I don't agree with that one. I don't think it's just, we're going to hang this Russia thing. It's just, the dirty pool of campaigning. It's far more than that. This is what the article says. There are darker motives that deserve equal consideration, however. Another part of the secret behind the dominant media's obsessive Russianization of Trump is likely the simple fact that the president campaigned and came into office in opposition of the U.S. foreign policy, the Imperial elite's consensus in favor of provoking Russia. Herr Donald called for a normalization of relations with Moscow. We need not join the Russian historian Stephen Cohen in strangely calling Trump courageous and statesmanlike to acknowledge that dialing down Trump tension with the great nuclear power Russia was a surprisingly sane and reasonable thing for Trump to advocate. That's not it. It wasn't that Trump was coming out of some sort of noble thing of peace and everything. It's a big deep state, well, they call it here. It's a big deep state no-no. It's a real non-starter and threat to sound imperial policy for the reigning Russophobic, Clintonite, neoliberal Council on Foreign Relations, the neocon crowd, the military-industrial complex, the intelligence community, and their many liberal media allies, including the owners and managers of the New York Times, the Washington Post, and most of the major television networks. Part of the Russia madness regarding Trump was about the foreign policy and media establishment working overtime to keep the U.S.-led new Cold War with Moscow alive. There it is. We've talked about this numerous times. It's good for the military-industrial complex to have a new Cold War. That's why they keep pushing this, right? We need a new boogeyman, a new enemy. Whoa, Putin. I'm not saying Putin's good. Putin's done some awful things, but let's be clear, so have we. We've done a lot of awful things. We just do it with a big smile and a nice red, white, and blue, America's here to help thing. So I think what we need here, again, it's another reason to not trust the mainstream media, because this is the kind of craziness that they do, right? So what we need is to keep staying informed and look at this and tell our neoliberal friends when they're like, boy, Russia, as I've had many of them, people I consider smart, that are educated, that, are not, Walmart morons, and they just buy this Russia crap. Just like the Walmart, Republican people is, Obama's a terrorist. That was other bullshit. Now Trump is Russia. It's crazy. So, and also, something you can do is not watch it, not click on it, not do anything like that, because they also are tracking all those numbers. But if you do watch it, again, see who's buying ad time on CNN. The ratings are through the roof because everyone's hoping to fry Trump, right? And then you see it on social media. Impeachment papers are being filed. This is it. We're going to get him. And as I've said, if they do that, then we're going to be stuck with Mike Pence. And he won't be as easy to beat as Trump in 2020 because he'll be nice and congenial and won't be grabbing anybody's pussy. Can't have lunch with a female coworker, I guess, because he can't keep his dick in his pants and he wants to shock the gay out of people. But other than that, he'll be real amenable and he won't say anything crazy on Twitter. More deep state Russia shenanigans.